Jalen Brunson is the best point guard in the league, ladies and gentlemen. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm tired of hearing about all these all-star guards, these great guards with losing records. I mean, he's a winner, man. I'm tired of it. Jalen is the top point guard in the league. Put some respect on his name, okay? JB. Listen, what he did is, put it in perspective. He basically doubled what Sabonis had, the great Sabonis, so-called, had 21 points, and outscored Monk and Fox, if you want to look at it. Those guards are supposed to be so top tier, but Jalen Brunson doesn't get the respect. He gets fouled. He gets beat up. What does he do? He plays through the physical contact, and this is what I'm loving about him, y'all. He's a leader out there. He's not complaining. You know, he talks to the ref, but, hey, you got to watch these things. But Jalen Brunson outscored Monk and Fox combined. Fox had 20. Monk had 18. That's a combined 38 points. What did he do? After his 45-point game thrashing of Portland, which we did them dirty, he got 42 against the Kings last night, including 4 steals, big steals. So he dropped a big 42 again. That's back-to-back. That's the only player he's in the top of Knicks franchise history for back-to-back 40-point games. He has 6 of them. So you got to give it up to JB. He got 42 against the Kings. He moves to 4th place. Like I said, in franchise history, he actually has 40-point games in the season. So only the great Carmelo Anthony with 8. And the great N.Y.K King, who I mentioned in another episode about retiring his jersey, as you remember. And this is why I speak of him, N.Y.K King, I'm talking about. He did it twice. He had 8 in the 83-84 season. The next season, in 84-85, he had 13. Putting him in the #1 spot in franchise history for consecutive 40-point games. So, I mean, you can't say anything better about N.Y.K King. For my youngsters that don't know about him, look him up. You should have did that from the last video. So, let's put this, Patrick Ewing the Great, that puts him basically in 2nd place with 11 games with 40. And we can't talk about the offense without acknowledging the defense, ladies and gentlemen. Listen. This is the 5th straight game the Knicks have held opponents under 100, And it all starts with Isaiah Hartenstein, who held Sabonis, he was basically doing whatever he wanted to do in the first half. Hartenstein held him to 0 in the 4th quarter. And you can't forget about that. This guy, Dante, and I'm rubbing my chin now. The chin. Dante DiVincenzo. You can't forget about him. He dropped 15 points, and he does all the little things. This is what I love about DiVincenzo. We didn't know he'd be this talented when he came to the Knicks. You know, I mean, we got him. I thought he made a couple of shots. I didn't know defensively he was so in tune. And with the Villanova connection, it's like, these guys know each other like the back of their head. They know where to pass the ball to each other. They know where to shoot at. They know, they're just running the pick and roll. Excellent, man. Stop and pop. They're doing all these things, man. So he deserved all the credit, Dante DiVincenzo, because he's also causing havoc on defense, and you can see it through the game. Basically, he's very talented, and he hits clutch shots, playing great on-the-ball defense. He could guard his man one-on-one also, and he gets rebounds. So that's what Tibbs always says. If you're not having a great shooting night, you can do other things in the game that affect the game. And those are the things, rebounding, steals. He's just all over the place. And with himself, Hart, and Hartenstein, and OG, that's a formidable defensive lineup to go up against if you're any team. And we're the top 9 in defense in the NBA this season. So big up to the Knicks, man. Good job. Now, the heart and soul, Josh Hart, after his Thursday game with 19 rebounds, he also recorded 13 rebounds yesterday. So Josh Hart has 22 games with at least 10 rebounds, which is a top 5 in the NBA history as a player under 6'5". Excellent, man. Big up to Josh Hart. And Bogdanovich came alive finally in the 4th quarter with 9 points. We've been waiting for him to do his thing, and he finally stepped up when the time counted. Also, the Knicks reached 40 wins, man. You got to give it up to him. Consistently, 3 years in a row, 40 wins and more. So that's all you can ask for, basically. Something consistent, success. A top 4 team in the Eastern Conference every year, man. and you got to give it up to them. It's a start, and that's all you can ask for as a fan, to have a consistent playoff team. With 15 games left in the season, they need to go 10-5 to get to 50. Even though 50 means nothing, it's all about how you play in the playoffs and how your team is playing, how they're gelling, if they're hot or not. Basically the numbers don't, but it basically helps them when you're dealing with home court advantage and things like that, and who they'll be playing the rest days and stuff like that. So excellent. That will put them in a good position. So we face Golden State tomorrow. We owe them one. They really embarrassed us, and I'm looking forward to them coming up big. You got to understand, we're not playing with 2 starters. We got 3 back now, but OG is still he's on a minute restriction, but he makes his presence felt, folks. 14-2 with OG. So you got to give it up. It's not a fluke. It's 14-2 when he plays, man. So that speaks for itself. He does all the little things. And we have players like that they're not one-dimensional. They do a lot. So, but 2 in a row in the West, Trip, it looks good. And I'm looking forward to the next game tomorrow, right? So everybody enjoy their Sunday. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, to give you the latest content on the New York Knicks basketball. And I'm your host, L.I.E. I just want to say peace, have a good Sunday, and enjoy the game tomorrow. What's up to Rob? What's up to Green Lord? And what's up to all the new subscribers? I appreciate you. I'm coming up with more stuff, all right? Later.